So yeah, we still got aim assist on these advanced look control settings. Still looking right. It actually feels a little closer to PC. Actually, yeah, it's not bad. I mean, still using my current sensitivity settings. So now that I've updated my settings to the advanced look control settings, I'm actually getting a higher sensitivity feeling. Overall, the sensitivity is higher now. Not by too much, just by a little bit. It's nice though, it still feels really good, but I may have to drop my level for a little more accuracy or something. Not bad, not bad. I'm actually gonna have to get used to these because the last settings I read were like super smooth feeling. These are a bit more, they're smooth, but they feel, it feels more raw, like faster. Raw. So let's check out the settings. So as you see, advanced look controls enabled. That means there's no ultra high, it's nothing. We just got a dead zone of default, a response curve of default, a threshold of 0. Yaw speeds and pitch speeds are at maximum, which time delays and extra pitches are at 0. This is pretty much aim assist right here. It is enabled. So those are the settings. So it's pretty cool that they calibrated the translator. This is why I never play with this setting because it needs to be properly calibrated. Now that it is, have a more PC-like experience. The aim assist is still there, so I mean, but overall your mouse should be performing closer to that PC-like feel spectrum. You know what I mean? The only thing holding you back generally will be just how the mouse translation is. Right now the translation is on point. Let me just mess around with my Zim settings. So I'm just gonna play on a bit of a higher sensitivity and then a lower sensitivity. So this is hip 3, aim down sight 1.50. This is a hip 3, aim down sight 1.50. This is way too fast for me at the DPI I'm using, 25K. I mean, it's playable. It's too fast for me though. Currently, I don't want to use anything this fast. It makes Zim blink too, but I never look at the blinks anyway. Adjust it until it's accurate. So let me just turn down the hip, and I'm probably gonna have a new sensitivity now. At least it won't be too much different, just a little lower, probably, since it's a little faster now. Yeah, it's definitely well, the difference is literally like one sensitivity. Let me check out these scopes. Scopes are at 1.0, I noticed. I don't know how I want to adjust the scopes actually. Some scope settings in here. Per optic settings. You actually turn these on, they're at 1.0. So that's actually pretty cool. You can adjust those in there and get more detailed per optic settings. So right now I'm using what, 2 times. So 2 times is always kind of slow for me. I'm gonna turn that up. I generally use the default, but let's just see what a value of 1.7 feels like. So, okay, that's like super duper quicker, like super duper quicker. Like you for sure gonna push all out of aim assist. You turn that up, like if you don't like aim assist. Yeah. Let's check it out again. Per optics. I want to drop it just to 1.3. I'm not sure if I want it at anything but 1.0. I think I'm going to use 1.0 for now, and then adjust as needed once I notice it's not performing. So it's back at, or actually you just turn it off, I guess. You don't have to have it on. So these are still the same. 1.0. Maybe upgrade all those to 2.0, who knows? Let's just see. Okay. So it's about where I wanted at. I'm just measuring the distance on my mouse pad. So pretty close. I might have to up it to 1.2 or something. I'm not sure yet. That's 180. Actually, that's a 360. This is a 180. This is a 360. This should be that's less than a 180. Yeah, I'm gonna have to up it. Thinking we'll just see how 2.0 feels. Oh, this is so hard to line up. You might be better off setting this with the controller instead of the main pick. So I got 1 times and 2 times at 2.0. Let's see what that feels like. Alright, so this is 2 times. So this is so now I'm hitting in the 80s. So 2.0 might be a nice spot to start off for me. Oh, holy cow. 1 times is ridiculous. This is ridiculous, yo. Flick of the wrist. Hit a 360. That actually feels like sensitivity, like it's so high. So it might take some muscle memory to get used to these settings. I was so used to my settings, they work perfectly great. So we're gonna see. It should be okay. It's looking pretty nice. Let's see. Yeah, that's way too freaking fast. They're both at 2.0. Generally, I don't even adjust the 1 times. But it was a nice, it was at a balanced speed. So 1.0. 1.0, let's see, 1.0. So yeah, Generally, just the 2 times is very slow for me, so that's why I have a huge mouse pad anyway. But I'll have to adjust it, probably 1.2 or something. 1 times is fine. Interesting. Yeah, I definitely need a new per optic setting. Feels pretty good. Quick, accurate. Gets the job done.
Throwing thermite grenade.
So that's right here. Let's see what that feels like. Man, down. I just put it on 1.4 and see what it feels like.
Throwing arc star. Arc star sent.
Let's see if it's still even possible to use settings. So just everything at 7. See what it feels like. It actually doesn't feel right. I'm gonna change my smart translator to the old translator, which is P4.2. So this one actually is still working with my settings. So these are my settings here. So the scopes are fast here. Let's see this. Okay, they are pretty fast here too as well. So let's switch back to the new translator. Actually, let me adjust. I want to see what it feels like just raw. So custom look controls are on. Per optics, default that. So raw is definitely slower. Raw. And let me see what the old translator feels like on the new settings. They don't feel right. So the old translator feels terrible on the new settings. In the new settings, optics are slower than the old settings that I had calibrated. So per optics may need adjustments, most likely. I do really love my old settings with this just turned off and the old translator. Like, let's just take a look at how it. So these are my old settings. It's already fast per optics at 7. Not bad. But let's switch back to the new Apex Legends configs. So now everyone will be pretty much forced to use these settings. There's nothing great. The sight actually feels very accurate and great as well. You will just have to get used to them and adjust your per optics to your preference. Advanced look controls, per optic settings. So right now I set a value of 1.0. I'm gonna adjust this with my controller. So it seems it goes up in increments of 2. So we just start everything off at 1.2 and just get that higher feel. That should be, because generally you don't anyway, trying to be accurate. So 1 may be a good value. Hip is pretty nice still, aimed on sight 2 times, not bad. See this, not bad. Everything is at 1.2 right now, and this is probably what I'll be playing on, unless I feel it needs to be adjusted. Finding aim assist to be less of a hindrance. The sensitivity is overall just that much higher. Probably pushing through aim assist a little bit more. Nice, nice. Let's try to up it again. Okay, so we're going to 1.4. I advise you guys to just adjust it probably like this and then pick something that you feel comfortable with, or you can even adjust it in smaller increments if you feel like you want to get it even more perfect. Right now I'm just adjusting it based on the default amount of the adjustment. Let's see. So hip, we got aim down sight. So now with now aim down sight is actually a lot more faster than what I'm feeling on my hip sensitivity. So if you guys like that, I mean, this will overall give you a more PC-like feeling. You guys might like super high aim down sight. Just quick flicks, quick tracking. Let's test out this. Micro aim, not bad. But I think I'm going to end up playing on probably 1.2 or 1.3. This is 1 point. Feels very nice for aiming. Hit 2. Oh yeah, I'm getting used to these settings already. This is pretty much a one-setting build. Come in here, run around a bit, warm up the settings. Ooh. Got it. Alright, let's adjust it one more time. Let me see. So those are pretty quick compared to the hip. Just check it out. So that was 1.4. Let's actually see what 1.6 feels like for a second. This is 1.6. Now 1.6 is extremely fast. Like extremely like fast. Like, dude, you're gonna be hitting a 180 with like flick of the wrist. Like, you're really gonna be wrist aiming. Wrist aimers just will be great for you. Like you're gonna be like wow. Like you're gonna be just people like bro. Like you're gonna be wrist aiming. Come on now. Like cause all you have to do is make small movements with your wrist. I might actually have to play like this. See how this fits it. Well, this sensitivity needs to go up. 1.6. So let me see. Actually, let's put on this. So this is 1.6 as well. Hip is still slower, and down sight is super duper quick. Yeah, so a wrist aimer will definitely do some damage with these settings. Yeah. Those things are quick, bro. They're gonna think you like beaming their ass for like. Oh man, they feel really nice. I hope you guys enjoyed the test overview commentary. Yeah, so if you want to approach that higher sensitivity level, you can. Feels great. Like, let's see close range. So let's say a guy's on your left. Oh, like, bro, look how quick that was. Like, oh. Like, you may even overshoot. It's so quick. It's real steady. But yeah, I'm gonna drop it back down to a level I prefer. So, I'll probably be playing on 1.2, maybe 1.3. Oh. Feels nice. Yes, sir. Two or 1.3. Yeah.